What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. We in the Fight Club breaking down Saul Canelo Alvarez versus John Ryder going down in Canelo's hometown. He hasn't been back in his hometown since 2011, 10 plus years for the face of boxing. As always, go down, like and subscribe, comment your picks, comment how you think this fight's going to go down, and give us your breakdown of the fight. These are your hosts. I'm Paul Pickle, Wyndham Concha, a few Bud Light Platinums deep, and who's with me?
Man, what's going on, boys? It's your boy Prime Time Mark. You already know, man. My boy, White Boy Summer.
There's another White Boy Summer.
There's a White Boy Summer. I'm staying in the house, man. Hey, man, but you already know it's your boxing casual. The dog that your homie that comes through every once in a while. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's your boy Kevin Waterboy Savoy, but I can't lie to you. I definitely just happened to be sitting on my couch and turned my own phone off for Do Not Disturb, and I saw like, oh, them boys finna record the boxing episode. Oh yeah, I'm here for that.
Yeah, I mean, shit, man.
Not getting this motherfucker.
This will be the third time we talk a Canelo fight on the podcast. He's so far 1-1 with our whenever we break down his fights.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah, for his record, that's kind of nutty. I'm gonna just say this fight should have happened in 2019 because I just learned the other day that John Ryder got robbed of a fight against Callum Smith, UK's golden boy, pretty boy. Winner of that fight in 2019, it was the guy who ended up fighting Canelo, who was Callum Smith, and Callum Smith got absolutely fucking decapitated and decimated in that fight. But everyone thought John Ryder beat Callum Smith, and the only reason Callum Smith won that fight was because it was in the UK. So, like, no one is giving John Ryder any respect, but I will say, bro, this fight was supposed to happen 4 years ago. I mean, that's karma, that's the universe, that's whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's Eddie Hearn, that's Al Heyman, that's all them motherfuckers all together. This fight's finally happening.
Hey, at least Buddy's getting a payday, man. Dude's gonna get a nice little payday. Get his name out there.
The Canelo retirement program in boxing is at full effect, bro. You go fight Canelo one time, you get your ass beat, but you're riding off into the sunset with a fat ass check to take care of the rest of your family for the rest of your life. And the Canelo retirement program is what I'm calling it right now.
The Canelo retirement program.
Get their retirement checks ready, boys.
Yeah, man, this is a homecoming, man. Boy, Canelo, this should be a walkthrough, especially coming off of surgery. How long was the layoff? When was the fight with Triple G?
Well, he fought Triple G. It was late last year. It was October. It was October 17th.
Okay, so I don't know exactly when he got the surgery, but
or
it seems like all good.
I'm a little drunk.
Dude's all good, man. I think this could be a freaking walk down, honestly. Hopefully, because, I mean, I want to see a Canelo turn the page because, I mean, his last fight with Triple G wasn't too impressive, honestly. He won every round, but, you know, I was expecting a little bit more out of Canelo. I was kind of expecting the knockout. I mean, or even, like, just a little bit more. He didn't look like Canelo. Or even you go back to the Bivol fight and stuff. So, I mean, I hope dude is back. His arm, I think it was his arm or his shoulder. But hopefully he comes back.
He had hand surgery. And I also...
Oh, yeah, it was...
And I'm a co-sign, let alone the fight itself was underwhelming. We all knew it was an old Triple G. I mean, anyone that was paying attention to us was telling you this is an old Triple G fighting at this point. But the whole event itself was underwhelming. Like the build-up, the media, Canelo versus Bivol was massive, and everyone thought he was going to do his thing. He didn't do it. He got beat. He didn't look like the same Canelo of yesteryears. And then he fights Triple G, and the buildup isn't the same. This isn't like Triple G, Canelo 1 and 2, big days in boxing. Triple G, Canelo 3 kind of didn't hold the same weight. It didn't really go to the media the same way. Casual fans didn't give a fuck about it as much. And I just want to, outside of the fight itself, is this I hope he turns the page because Mexican boxing, other than Benavidez, has been getting cooked in the past couple of years. But hopefully, is this the turning of the page where we see a better Canelo from the last two fights, or is this just the writing on the wall that no one wants to accept that maybe, hey, Canelo's been in a lot of fucking fights, and then maybe it's that turning a page of this ain't the same Canelo anymore. This isn't the same attraction it was anymore. Motherfucker still made $110 million, number one paid boxer by far. But I just don't know. Is this a different? Is this?
He made 110 million last year.
Yeah, he was on the Forbes top 10 list of athletes. He made 100. I'm just saying, but boxing paid that boy the bag out, and then Middleweight Ultra.
And people want to put Gervonta Davis face of boxing. Doesn't make sense.
It's chump change what Canelo's doing. But John Ryder's making more than what Tank is making right now.
But I would say Tank is the face of American boxing. I'll give him that. But shit, man, I hope this isn't the Canelo downfall. I mean, dude's only 32, so I mean, it's not like he's getting up there, but he has. I think I seen a tweet where it's like his 64th fight or something.
And motherfucker's been, and that's not even counting the Mexican backyard barn fights he was in back in the day. Like, they don't even put those on his record.
64 fights is a fucking lot. Are those all professional?
Yeah, I mean, he turned pro when he was like 17 or 15 or some shit.
Yeah, and then his dad and trainer said, I wasn't trying to make a remark or anything. I'm just saying his trainers came out and they're like, that's what his pro record says. But like from the ages of 12 to 16, he was probably fought another 100 times in Mexico and like backyard venues and like nothing big, nothing that will be popping up on any type of boxrec.com or anything. So he's 32, but in fighting years, he's an old 32, bro. He's been in some fight. Just his fighting style where he allows people to hit him for a couple rounds and download data to punish you later on. I mean, that doesn't benefit a long-term fight style. I mean, we were all hoping for him to turn it up against Bivol in the second half of that fight, and that engine never sparked. That fucking that car didn't turn on, bro. That battery light's still on.
Yeah, he looked gassed out in the Bivol and kind of the Triple G fight. He looked like he got gassed out, especially the Bivol fight.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know what it's gonna be with him. I hope he turns the corner. John Ryder, if you don't know who he is, he's a UK fighter. UK people love him. He is a journeyman kind of fighter. He has 5 losses on his record. One of them to Callum Smith in 2019 that I said shouldn't have happened, but. I mean, if Styles makes fights, they knew what the fuck they're doing when they put John Ryder against Canelo. He's not fast. He doesn't use his footwork. He's more of he's an aggressor. He likes to walk forward on his front foot, likes to volume, and he's not really cutting angles. He's not using his footwork. So it's just something that like Canelo has a target in front of him right now. Like that's literally they gave him a fighter that's going to be with him the whole fight.
Facts. I was gonna say he's not one of those crafty southpaws, and like southpaws actually give Canelo trouble if you go back and look. So like, but he's not one of those. He's more of them come forward, like you said, and just kind of stand right in front of you. So I mean, that could be kind of bad news because I think it would be probably beneficial if he was more like working angles, more like how southpaws work. Like he ain't really that. He's gonna be standing right there, and I feel like Canelo's gonna be hyped from the hometown crowd coming forward. But I don't know, man. Ryder could be a strong fighter. We're gonna see.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I agreed with everything you guys said when it came to Canelo, just like how he looks right now and his last couple performances. I was not ready for that. I thought we was gonna talk about how he was gonna kill dog this whole fight. But
he should.
So what happens? So let's say Canelo comes in, defeats homie. What's he supposed to be doing after this? Is it a fight with Bivol?
What he should do afterwards is fight Benavidez and Morrell. But I don't think he is. I think he's going to take the Bivol.
Nah, he's not fighting Morrell. He ain't going to fight Morrell. If anything, he's going to fight. I would be surprised if he takes the Benavidez fight. I think he's going to go after Bivol after this.
Yeah, I think the rematch with Bivol is next. That would be –
I think he's going to use this as a tune-up for Bivol.
Is it at the same weight?
No, I think 175. This is a 168 for his belts.
But Bivol did say
the fact that he's consistent.
Fuck all the noise, bro. I'm gonna say it here. I'm gonna say it first before anyone else says it. I'm predicting this is Canelo's last fight at 168. I think he gets this fight He looks good. Hometown crowd. I think he gets the knockout in less than 6 rounds. They literally gave him a target that doesn't move. And in front of his home crowd and all the fans there, they're doing something on. But they fucking made a new belt for him again. Like
WBC.
WBC. Yes, the belt's hard. I can't hold the belt. The belt's hard. But after this fight, it's either Benavidez or Morrell at 168. And I think he loses the Bivol rematch at 175 again. But if you take those 2 losses, the Bivol at 175, it doesn't tarnish his legacy. It looks like, okay, he went up. He took a challenge at a weight class that's not his against who may go on to be undisputed if he beats Benavidez. Like, that won't hurt his legacy that bad. Versus he takes a fight at 168 after this, even if he takes the Bivol fight, and then afterwards, I don't think he defends 168 belts against Benavidez and Morrell. I think he vacates them because if he takes a loss at 168, which is his prime weight, that's going to hurt his legacy. And I think we're seeing that. I don't want to say this chapter's turning, but I think the chapter's turning. And if anyone's the smartest businessman in boxing, it's Canelo and his team. And he's not going to hurt his legacy by taking a loss in his prime weight class against a younger studs like Benavidez and Morrell. That's my prediction. I think this will be his last fight at 168.
You might be onto something now. That's a bold prediction.
So what if he knocks Buddy out on Saturday, goes out and calls out Benavidez? What if he calls out Benavidez and says, "What's up, boy?"
He's not calling out Benavidez. In his own camp, they ask him about, what do you think about Benavidez? And he tries to underplay him like, oh, they said he was a monster, just like they said Triple G was a monster until I got a ring with him. And that's just, he's a great fighter, but he's just not on my level. Like, I think he's just trying to underplay dude to the point where, like, I think he doesn't want that fight. I just think it's a loser.
Nah, truthfully, if I would want to see, only way I would want to see Canelo really get in there and me feel confident for Canelo is if Canelo shows me that he can come forward, or like, I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't come forward anymore, but I just want to see him like put that pressure and like, because he's gonna have to be in a dogfight with Benavidez, and he's gonna have to. He can't be like getting gassed out, you know what I'm saying, or like
can't have them conscious issues. Bro, cut that vegan bullshit, bro.
So,
but I mean, Benavidez is gonna move up to 175 too. So I mean, who knows? What if we see it up there? It's the fight.
I don't think he wants to see Benavidez at 175 and more of his natural weight class.
Yeah, that might be even worse.
Yeah, I think he wants to see him at 168, or he might be a little drained with that little chubby stuff.
I want to see Benavidez. I want to see Benavidez go up to 175. Fuck all that. Fuck the 168.
I will make an asterisk onto my prediction. If Benavidez moves up to 175, Canelo will still fight at 168. He will just do whatever the fuck to get the fuck out of that weight class with Benavidez.
Hey man, I hope Cinnamon comes out strong, man, because he's only 32, bro. I hope this can't be the end. I think that boy just got rested. He rested well. Now the boy's about to turn it back up.
This ain't the end, Marcus. This is the beginning of the end.
I think it's because when I remember one of the biggest things I peeped when I was doing my research and studying on Floyd is that Floyd was willing to change and adapt his fighting style for his age, knowing that, like, okay, I can't be taking hits no more. I got to really slow down, got to do that. I don't think that's in the Mexican, like, DNA to really, like, change what you're doing, it's you're going to stay getting these motherfucking firefights. And as long as they're paying, I think he's going to be around. But you guys might be onto something when you're saying that he's slowing down.
Yeah, I mean, Canelo's gotten weight. That boy, ever since he fought Mayweather, he's definitely gotten better with his defense. So he got that in his bag. But I got to see him turn it up because, like, with Bivol, he was kind of just relying on the 1-2 left hook. Like, he was just kind of like throwing like power
taking jabs to the face the whole fight.
And like he just was throwing one punch at a time. Like, yeah, you got power, but you wasn't setting nothing up. And like, I don't know.
He also got power, but we don't know if he even got power for 175. Like we know you got power, but do you got power at 175? Like that's a different.
Nah, I think he got power. I mean, he knocked out. I mean, I can't really gas it too much, but Kovalev, he knocked out Kovalev at 175, nasty one. But I think he got the power. But I think that was when he was setting shit up, and like with Bivol, he kind of just like covered up, and like his arms getting beat up wasn't affecting him like it does with other guys. Like Canelo was trying to bully him with that shit, and it wasn't working. And he wasn't really like getting in there.
My only two for thinking that the chapter's turning is because in the Bivol fight, like I said, that fucking he never got the engine turned on. That fucking
Bivol could have boxed like 12 more rounds in that shit. Like Bivol was like perfect.
And he already had what was known as cardio issues. So that's what I'm saying. Like that was looking like, okay, maybe he's getting a little old. Then in the second fight against Triple G, or the third fight in Triple G and Canelo, yes, he won the fight by far. But those later rounds, Triple G basically threw like, fuck what I've been doing. I'm just going to keep walking forward and throwing punches. And in those later rounds, he seemed like he was winning rounds. Canelo hurt his hand, and he cut Canelo open on one of his eyes. And we've never seen Canelo really cut open before. Like there's just these signs on the wall for me that's saying like, this isn't the same Canelo from like a couple years ago. We're starting to see maybe a little bit of this and that. And this was a Triple G that I think's on his fucking boxing deathbed right now. But that's just me.
We're gonna see the resurgence of Canelo on Saturday, man. Because he has to, bro. He's got to come out. What's the over under?
Under is set at 8.5 rounds. I hammered the under. I put a big bet on the under 8.5.
You know what I'm picturing, bro? I'm picturing that fight with Billy Joe Saunders when he was in the Cowboys Stadium.
Jaw.
Yeah, but no, he broke his fucking eye socket. And fucking crowd is hyping, bro. He's telling the crowd get up, and he's sitting there just whacking Billy Joe, bro. It's gonna be that times 10, bro, because he's gonna be in his hometown.
Billy Joe, another UK fighter that they sent to get demolished. They just love sending their best fighters onto another soil to get fucking demo job. And I agree with Mark. I take under 8.5. I take Canelo by knockout. I take Canelo getting knocked out through round 1 through 6 at plus 225. We said it when we started the thing. John Ryder does not cut angle. He does not use his footwork. He does not fight off the back foot. He likes to walk forward, be the aggressive. You gotta
see how he takes a punch
in front of you, and he likes to keep his hands up high, which is Canelo's infamous body shot incoming. You can keep them hands up high, and that body shot drops that hand, and then the overhand coming right after hand, and the good night Irene. So I really like Canelo, and I do this all the time with UFC fights. It's like, okay, I expect you to win. I expect you to win big. So I'm not going to take this win into account next time I break down your fights because of the fact that like you should do what you're going to do. And if you don't do what you're supposed to do, I will take that into account because it's just like, hey, like
that is the most.
Yeah, I do not want to see this.
That was the most Skip Bayless shit I've ever heard you say.
Hey, you can't win with me, bro.
Boy, Paul Bayless.
Paul slowly taking himself out the Canelo camp. I thought you had a tent next to mine.
No, bro, my fucking flag is planted in Benavidez camp, bro. I'm fucking throughout, man.
He's gonna resurge, man. Surgery, good. Eddie Reynoso, bow, best coach. Come on, man. The boys are gonna get back on track. He's gonna rush forward. What I don't want to see though is like 12-round decision, bro. If I see like a decision, it's gonna bring my hype down a little bit. But I'm hoping for that knockout, like you said, in between the 6. I'll give it to the 8th at least. But shout out Ryder. I ain't trying to bash dude like that, but I need Canelo to come out strong, bro, and let all these boys shut up and let the king talk, man. Pound for pound's coming back for his crown.
Ooh, gangster. I didn't know that boy had bars like that. But nah, take it. I got it. If I'm gonna take a fight, take a prediction, I would say Canelo in the 6. Cause no. I'll take I would take 6.5. So Canelo by the 7.
Man, we bashing Ryder for real, bro. That shit crazy.
Round knockout.
I ain't never even seen bro fight before.
It's gonna be a 4th round knockout, bro. Where I think Canelo. I think this fight Canelo looked really good, but he should look really good because I don't think he fights Benavidez or Morrell, but David Morrell, after he got the 1st round knockout on the Tank co-main event Ryan Garcia card, first round knockout, calls out David Benavidez, who was there. David Benavidez and their camps, like Twitter, Twitter, one of the big boxing accounts came out and said, Morrell versus Benavidez is basically all signed. Like, that fight will happen. And when it does, the winner is mandatory for Canelo at whatever WBA, WBC, whatever the fuck they chose.
I want to see maybe even Charlo and Canelo. Canelo got a couple guys he could fight too.
Bro, I actually just watched the Charlo. The Charlo twins were on I Am Athlete. That's the newest episode. And they actually brought that up because they were like, we want it. We're waiting on it. But that Charlo Loki hasn't fought in like 2 years, I think.
Yeah, he hasn't fought.
Charlo's fucking hand injuries and this and that.
But I mean, who knows, man? I want to see. He's on 32, man. Fuck the 64 fights. Pound for pound's taking all these boys' heads, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, if you get a fucking 12-round decision this weekend, bro, I want to hear that same talk. Come to
No, like maybe if Ryder was like a crafty southpaw, it could be a little dangerous. It could still be dangerous. I don't want to underline. I don't know, but he's gonna stand right there in front of Canelo and maybe even try to bang with dude. It ain't gonna go well.
It ain't gonna go well.
Hey,
I want to see Canelo's defense in this fight. I want to see Canelo.
Yeah, me too. I want to see his but I needed him to come forward. I want him to come forward, just throwing combos, going to the body, and just laying it on his ass, bro. Because he needs to get his confidence. Everyone needs to get the hype around him again, and he needs that. And he needs to look forward to one of these bigger names. He definitely needs a big name. No, like another small shit after this. It got to be one of these bigger guys, or at least a B-ball rematch.
He's gonna get a 4th or 5th round knockout. Like I said, the Canelo retirement program in boxing is known for writing checks. Like, it's in his city. It's in front of his home crowd. They were not gonna give him a fighter that make him look bad in front of his home crowd. They're going to give him probably $20 million to ride off into the sunset. Just let me whoop your ass in front of my people real quick. And that's how it's going to – that's how – like, these people want to be politically correct on top and below me. I'm here to tell you the real shit, bro. This is going to be a demolition job. This is going to be – the UK has been known to send their best fighters out to different territories to get fucking destroyed. And that – like, let's not fucking act like this is any different. This is exactly what's going to happen. Canelo's going to knock his ass out. He's going to get a nice payday. Salute to John Ryder. Salute to his family. They'll reap the benefits. But Canelo is going to get within the plus 225 knockout within the first 6 rounds. I'm stamping it right now with the Bud Light Platinum stamp, cosign approved.
I respect it. We'll see how it goes down, man. It's gonna be a good one, man. And then I didn't even know about this fight, so like, I'm gonna have both the TVs. It's been a minute since I've had to turn both the TVs on. One on UFC, one on boxing.
Canelo.
Hey, like I said, the media sees it. The media don't ever lie, bro. No, they do lie, but the media knows it. The media. If this was Canelo 2 years ago, you would have seen every ESPN commercial talking about this fight. It ain't Canelo no more, bro.
I don't know when he first moved up to 168. He kind of took one of these fighters. What was his name? Like Fielding or some shit. I forget that guy's name, and he like knocked him out in like the first round or some shit. That wasn't all that. I mean, hopefully that's similar to this, like just a little tune-up, get back on your feet, get back in the rhythm, and get like, I already know he's gonna fight in September again.
Yeah, and he should. I mean, like I said, he gets this win, and it should be the Bivol rematch. And people were thinking maybe the Bivol rematch happens at 168 because Bivol beat him at 175, and it'll be for Canelo's belts this time.
Nah, go to 175. Got to do that 75.
It's gonna be 175, and I'm telling you, it's because Canelo don't want to risk his gold, bro. It's because if it was at 168, I think Bivol still wins it, but yet now Canelo doesn't have the undisputed claim, or Canelo doesn't have the like. I think he has to fight Bivol at 175. And he better be fucking lucky it's not Petervia. Petervia will fucking knock his fucking lights out, bro. Don't mess with my man.
Hey, man, this is Canelo's day. We praise Cinnamon.
Yeah. This Cinco de Mayo, man. Everybody pour up, have a great fucking drink, man. And we got Canelo winning in 6.5.
Canelo in 6, man, on May 6th. Get with it.
Yeah, get with it. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. Pour up your drinks, spark up your blunts, and I hope you enjoyed the show. As always, these are your favorite hosts of the Fight Club of Totally Blitz. I'm Paul Pickle Winham Concha. That's Marcus Primetime Penley. And special guest, Kev Waterboy Savoy, the state enthusiast. And we broke down Canelo versus John Ryder. Get your tickets, get your pay-per-view. Check y'all out on Saturday. Hell, we might be live for this fight. As always, if y'all didn't know, well, now y'all know, motherfuckers.